Just a really interesting question for everyone. Okay, here's the question for you, parent. What is the more popular game on YouTube in 2020? I see you have a very inquisitive face. What is the more popular game on YouTube in 2020? Call of Duty Warzone or Garena Free Fire, the mobile game? Which one is more popular on YouTube?
I mean, mobile games suck. Nobody plays mobile games. It's clearly Call of Duty because everyone's playing Call of Duty, right? Right. I'm right. Right.
The data says, uh-oh, look at that red line. That's Free Fire. Look at that blue line. That is Call of Duty Warzone. Warzone, get wrecked. This podcast is sponsored by Restream. Why live stream to one platform when you can simultaneously live stream to every platform to discover new audiences faster using Restream.io?
So we're looking at Google Trends. As always, Google Trends is your friend. And we've pulled up search interest worldwide in the past 12 months, and we're looking specifically at YouTube search. We got this from our article yesterday by the head of gaming on YouTube, Ryan Wyatt, head of global gaming. And in this report, they listed the top overall games. And one of the ones on the list was Free Fire. So we're like, Call of Duty is not on this list. I wonder what's going on. So if you look at it a little bit more, we can see Google Trends tells you everything that you want to know. Worldwide, Free Fire has been trending up and up and up. And Call of Duty Warzone really has not done much at all. It's really just stayed flat and has actually even slowly declined over time in search interest. So this mobile game is clearly, these are both battle royales, by the way. One's mobile, one's PC. Mobile is clearly more accessible worldwide and has more interest coming into it worldwide. If you were to separate down by US, though, and this is probably what most of your experience is if you're watching, or where I've got in the beginning, why I said it's got to be Call of Duty, right? Because from my perspective, being in the United States, everyone's all about Call of Duty here. And you can see why the search interest for Call of Duty is higher in the US. But worldwide, Free Fire is just more accessible. It's just more accessible, and which means more people are interested in watching content on YouTube about it. And now it's one of the top 5 games in 2020 in terms of viewership on the platform. What's your take on this, AWOL?
This is really interesting. And we're going to go over all 5 of the top 5 games, go over the numbers from them. And this is data directly from YouTube and Google to inform you about the big gaming trends that are coming up in 2021. And we've been talking about it a lot on the podcast recently, how not only is all of the revenue in the gaming industry moving toward mobile, but also now the viewership is starting to move toward mobile, not just on Facebook gaming. People are like, positioning it as Facebook gaming is the mobile gaming platform, and that's it. No, YouTube now has a top 5 game on there that is a mobile game, and a top 10 game list would probably have multiple other mobile games on it as well. Mobile gaming is the future, not only of the gaming industry, but of the gaming creator industry. It's not just our opinion. It's literally facts that we're going to roll out today. And that's the main thing I want you guys to really keep in mind. You guys need to get your head out of the console and PC bubble if you want to be a part of the future of this industry and a future of content creation. One other fact I'm going to drop on you, and then we're going to go look at the top 5 most watched games list and look at the other titles there too. Major companies like Blizzard Entertainment, for example, have announced at previous BlizzCons, not this year, but the previous year, that they are developing 2 mobile games for every franchise that they have right now. 2 Overwatch games, 2 StarCraft games, 2 Warcraft games, 2 Hearthstone games, 2 Diablo games, mobile games. A total of 8 to 10 mobile games are in development right now at Blizzard Entertainment. Blizzard and these other developers look at the numbers. They look at the industry reports that we're looking at right now, and they know that's where the money is. That's where the future is. And so you have to follow the money if you want to become a full-time gaming content creator. Because if you're trying to cover games that don't have a big marketing budget, if you're trying to cover games that don't have a AAA development budget, if you're trying to cover games that don't have big support over time, big updates, big DLC, then you aren't going to be covering a game that has a long life cycle and that you can actually build an audience off of. You know what I'm saying, Perrin?
And following the money makes sense, especially as a creator, when your job will literally be making money off of the industry through advertising revenue and through the viewers of that type of content. So it makes sense that your audience would be larger and there would be more money in mobile gaming where there's more viewers around the world. Also, you have a more diverse audience as well instead of just targeting the United States, which has a very, very competitive viewership that a lot of creators already have mopped up. So, if you want to be competitive and you want to be planning for success in the future, you need to be looking at these reports that come out every year, the top global games of 2020 for YouTube, for Twitch, for
We'll
Facebook
break.
gaming. You want
Yeah.
to know this stuff because you
Hmm.
want to see how these change over a year and try to get ahead of the curve, ahead of the game, so you know what's coming and you can be really, really well positioned to leverage any sort of opportunity that might show up there. So
Agreed.
take
Hit us with the report, man, because there's some people may be surprised here. I was surprised. Still, Minecraft at number one, but it's not just like a barely eke by number one. It is a mega ultra super number one still, like 10 years later at this point, on in terms of YouTube views. These are facts. Your super
like I'm
mature adult
surprised.
games are not popular. Like there is only one super mature adult game on this list, Grand Theft Auto 5. The other four are way more everyone friendly. And we could even say family friendly in the case of Minecraft, Roblox, and Fortnite. So this is something to keep in mind is that very mature adult rated R games just do not reach that super high level of popularity.
Yeah, and so I know sometimes we talk about going niche and finding your niche, but it's also really, really important to understand where the mega viewership is and where the major audiences is because you can go niche within Minecraft, you can go niche within Roblox. So Minecraft being at 201 billion views in 2020, if you would have told me that back in 2015, I'd be like, hell no. Yeah,
It's
right. It'll
so
laugh out
crazy, dude. No way.
this game is over a decade old. It came out in 2009, and here we are in 2020, and still, it's not even top viewership. It's like eclipsing everything else under it. But it makes sense if you think about it, because there's a lot of kids who've now got it's been a decade, it's been 10 years, who've kind of grown up on Minecraft, who have become creators themselves, who even though they might play other games, they'll always have Minecraft to go back to because they grew up on it and it's become what we like to call an ever trend. Minecraft will never go away at this point. It's going to be like Pokemon, it's going to be like Zelda, it's like all these other trends that exist forever. Minecraft will always be around and it'll always have prime viewership. Maybe not always 201 billion views versus 75 billion, but it's always going to be really, really high up here. So if you have a way of carving on a niche in Minecraft, that's almost always a good option because look at its longevity. It's been top or close to top for over a decade. It's just a strong pick, and it's not
Yeah.
leaving anytime soon. I don't see how it would leave anytime soon.
I
Uh,
agree. So I'm going to do a rant here on why games like this are super big and what the attributes of big games are on YouTube so you guys can help ID other games. This report we're sharing with you guys, if you don't mind pulling up Google Trends for Minecraft and these other titles so we can compare them while I'm doing this, that'd be great. But here's how you guys can ID the games that are going to have huge watch time on YouTube moving forward. Here are the key attributes of these games, like Minecraft, Roblox, Grand Theft Auto 5, all the games on this list we're covering today. Key attribute number one, just overall, if you only remember one thing about this, these games need to have an unlimited content production potential in whatever form that takes. So the game needs to have an unlimited number of possibilities for video creation. Minecraft, as you know, is a game that's based around creating your own world, creating machines, creating scenarios, modding it, it's basically the most creative and the most freedom any game has ever provided creators in the past. That's one of the primary reasons why it's the number one game on the list. The number two game on the list, Roblox, is basically the exact same thing, and it's an entire platform based on sharing creations with others, unlimited content. Okay? Now, the number three game on this list is Garena Free Fire, and Free Fire PvP games also have an unlimited amount of content in them because PvP games, those interactions between players are different every single match. And so that gives you an unlimited number of things to see and do. No two situations are the same. And then if we look at Grand Theft Auto 5, not only does it have modding, not only does it have online, not only does it have PvP, it also has this multi-$100 million marketing budget over time and unlimited DLCs and updates. That gives an unlimited amount of content for creators to use, for streamers to use, that has kept that game alive over time. And then what was number 5?
You missed Roblox, or was it?
I covered Roblox. Oh yeah, and Fortnite. And Fortnite knew this about their competitors. And here's all the trend lines, and here's Google Trends. Fortnite knew this about their competitors. They moved away from being a PvE game to being a PvP game with creation tools and modding on board so that there could be an unlimited amount of content behind the game. So the thing that you need to take and keep in mind here is, if you want to if you're a creator, if you're somebody thinking about what's going to be the big game on YouTube, it needs to have unlimited content potential, and it needs to have a massive, massive, massive marketing budget behind it. And how does the unlimited content potential happen? Modding, things like creator modes, PvP, and DLC and updates, okay? Those are the attributes, those are the common attributes of the games that you see on your screen right now. Here are the literal numbers on how they're trending over time. And interestingly, Minecraft is not completely crushing all of these games in the last 12 months, according to search. That's a really interesting thing to see here. So break down these numbers for us and show us which lines are which, so everybody understands how they're trending over time with the top 5 games, Perrin.
Yeah, so that's an important differentiation here. This is search interest compared to, this article that we're showing you. This is the viewership this is the viewership total of 2020. So these are two different numbers, technically speaking, which is why you see Garena Free Fire actually topping out Minecraft in terms of search interest worldwide in the past 12 months, which means more people are searching Garena Free Fire, but more users are watching Minecraft content. So think about this for a second. They're searching less, they're just watching it, which means they already have found their creator. They've already found the content. They're already getting fed content through YouTube's algorithm where they don't have to search. They're just consuming it on the platform. So this shows you how there's so many views between these two charts. It shows you and tells you how there's so many views on Minecraft, but how little kind of wiggle room there is for someone new to enter, because all the views, I would say more than a half of those 100 billion are already eaten up by current creators with Minecraft. So keep that in mind. Looking for search interest versus just the views, there has to still be people looking for someone out there. And Free Fire is actually more lucrative than, I would say, based off of this data and this info, looking at Google Trends. Fortnite is then kind of sitting there at number 3. And Fortnite's interesting. You can see the marketing power with these spikes, these spike trends in the past year or so, which were big marketing events that they would do in the game itself. And I guarantee you that's what those spikes are. And then Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto are sitting at about the same level right now, at least, both trailing at the bottom of these top 5. It looks like Roblox. I'm sorry, I said Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto. I mean Grand Theft Auto and Roblox. It looks like Roblox has the least search interest of the 5. I think that's primarily because it is more of a kids game and is primarily kids search. I'm not sure if it's translating to older demographics as well. I think that's something that we have yet to see play out. So it has a little bit less longevity than probably the rest of the trends, but that just is a testament to show you how much young kids on YouTube are looking up Roblox. It's a huge interest for them. So that would be another key thing about all of these titles, I would say, is that they're accessible by younger audiences. Free Fire is accessible, Minecraft's very accessible, Roblox accessible. Fortnite definitely appealing to younger demographic. The only one that kind of stands out there is Grand Theft Auto, but I would argue that it is, because I was also a kid myself, and Grand Theft Auto was super appealing even when you're really, really young, because of so many reasons.
Because of violence. Violence is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. One thing I want to point out on this chart here, I only see 2 games trending over the last year. And so creators, you want to be covering games that are trending. See that blue line there, Garena Free Fire? Trending up over the course of the year. So you want to be joining games that are trending up, because if they're trending up in terms of search, that means that there's new eyeballs coming in on that game at any given point, which means that you guys can potentially capture new players that are joining these games, looking for information, looking for guides, looking for streamers. The other game that is trending up, but barely, is Roblox on this list. It started lower at the beginning of the year and then actually went up over time as the year progressed. All of these other games kind of either stayed the same or declined. And so the only clear winner here of a game that's going up, 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 up is the blue line, Garena Free Fire. Now, please tell us about your experience, Perrin. You randomly streamed Garena Free Fire on Facebook Gaming and blew up out of nowhere. So tell them about your Free Fire experience, because this massive audience is just taking off, rocket ship to the moon.
Yeah, so I don't even play battle royale games, and I actually at the time I had never played one. So Free Fire was like the first battle royale game I'd ever tried, and I went from streaming Star Citizen on Facebook unsuccessfully to I just swapped over one day. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try Free Fire, and in that day I think I had 400 to 500 concurrents just in the first stream itself. I streamed it a couple more times. I went down to like 300 or so, and I didn't have a audience before then. I just started streaming it, and then 500 people showed up. Now, I did come up with a good concept, and I do think it was interesting for people to come to a North American English speaker who'd never played battle royale games before. That was like unknown to them. So that was interesting to a worldly audience. I had a lot of viewers from the Philippines, from India, from not the US, more Eastern nations, plus India being one of the big territories for viewership. So I got a more worldwide audience. I got a much higher concurrent viewership, and it definitely occurred on Facebook Gaming, not so much on Twitch or any other platform. And I haven't gone back to that since, but it's something that if I did tag, I bet you again I'd be in a couple of hundred concurrent viewers on Facebook Gaming, because the viewership there is insane. And it's something to try on YouTube as well. I haven't tried the YouTube strategy there. Well, I don't think you have tried a Free Fire strategy there yet, but that's something that you all might want to consider trying. With the growth, it's not just on Facebook Gaming. You know, we're talking about today growth on YouTube. It's not Facebook Gaming is not the only platform where mobile viewership is happening. It's spreading to YouTube, and it's spreading to Twitch too. I had this up earlier. I'll try to bring up again, but I had Twitch tracker up to show Free Fire's growth versus Call of Duty Warzone on this platform too, and it's growing on Twitch as well. Let's see if we can find it here real quick. Yeah, you can see the growth.
Look at that upward trend right there. And apologies to everybody a moment ago. I was muted, and so you just saw silence on the screen. I was talking the whole time saying interesting things, but Free Fire is also trending on Twitch in addition to YouTube. Interesting.
Yeah, so mobile viewership is growing on every platform. This is something that you as a creator want to consider, especially when you're doing a multi-platform strategy using a tool like Restream.io, which we highly recommend because it allows you to diversify and take advantage of the growth of this trend on all of these different platforms. So I know we're focused on YouTube today, but these numbers, this growth of these particular titles are reflected across the internet as a whole. YouTube just being one of the main places to watch where this is happening.
That totally makes sense. So I just dropped in our chat the link to use Restream. Like, for example, right now we are streaming to, we had 100 viewers a moment ago on Periscope. We've got 11 on YouTube, 2 on Facebook, like 8 or 9 on Twitch. And when you combine all of those together, we have between 50 to 100 concurrent viewers on this stream. But if we were only streaming on one of these platforms at a time, and for all of you guys out there that are streamers that are trying to grow, you're going to grow much slower only streaming on one platform. So why not stream on literally every platform at the same time using Restream? We're sponsored by them. And I actually restream twice every single day. And it grows my AWOL Digital podcast faster. It grows this podcast faster. And just empirically, it will grow your avenues faster too, because you will get exposure on all platforms at the same time, rather than just getting exposure on one. We believe in Restream. We've been using it for years. And now they literally pay us money to say it. Thank you for the money. Cool. So let's do a quick recap here on these top 5 games and takeaways that people can learn from these. Minecraft is the number 1 game. Roblox is the number 2 game. Free Fire is the number 3 game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is number 4, and Fortnite is number 5. What trends do we see, Perrin, moving into 2021 that everyone needs to keep in mind? What sorts of games do you need to keep your eye on moving into the next year? Do you think this list is going to change a lot? Do you think there's going to be a lot of shakers and movers here? Or are we basically going to see the same freaking list moving into next year? What's your opinion on that?
I think we're going to see a very similar list. One or two might change. Right now, I'm actually pulling up Facebook Gaming because this is actually a really good place to see what's coming next in the mobile area. I imagine we're going to begin to see Fortnite. My prediction will be for 2021 is Fortnite will not be on this list anymore. And we're going to see a new mobile game. Most likely, we're going to see PUBG Mobile.
PUBG Mobile, yeah. PUBG Mobile will get in the top 5. I agree. PUBG Mobile. So guys out there, I'm sorry, Fortnite creators. I know there are millions of you and you guys believe in the game, but I agree with Perrin. PUBG Mobile is going to break into the top 5 and is going to crush Fortnite. Fortnite was too late to the mobile game, and it's not a mobile first game. And so it's not as accessible to everyone around the world. The controls aren't as good as on mobile as PUBG Mobile is. So I agree with you. So I think next top 5, we're going to see at least 2 mobile games as the top 5 games on the platform.
Yeah. Minecraft will probably still be number 1, I bet, next year.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Free Fire will be higher up the list. It's possible Grand Theft Auto might get pushed off, but I think it has a fighting chance to stick around. I'm not really seeing what's going to replace it. I've been keeping an eye on Wild Rift, League of Legends mobile game, but I don't really know. I think MOBAs now are a little bit too niche. I don't think Wild Rift is going to push up this list any. So, I mean, if you look, Grand Theft Auto and Fortnite are both really, really close here. But so is Free Fire at the bottom. I don't know what pushes Grand Theft Auto up that list. I just don't see it. I don't see what's going to happen there. You can have like small DLCs, but that just keeps it kind of steady. So if it's not on the list, it will be another mobile game. I'm just not sure which one would replace it currently. So, but definitely Fortnite out, PUBG Mobile in, Grand Theft Auto, maybe it's out, maybe replaced by something like Wild Rift, maybe if that picks up more.
That's otherwise, a long shot. That's a long shot.
It's a pretty long shot. I mean, Call of Duty Mobile, I don't see it really.
Nah, it already peaked. It already peaked. It doesn't have as much appeal. Nope.
So I don't see what there right now. There isn't anything else that's explosive that would cover that ground. I think the viewership will get eaten up by these other titles that are already top on the list. But we'll see. My prediction though, definitely Fortnite out, PUBG in. That trade will definitely happen for 2021.
That's great. So a lot of people, so mobile games. Keep an eye on the mobile market and keep it locked to Digital Drop Podcast because we will be covering the upcoming mobile games that are trending. Perrin is literally a full-time mobile gaming streamer. He streams Mobile Legends. So obviously you want to keep an eye on the big ones, Free Fire, Mobile Legends, PUBG Mobile, Arena of Valor. In particular, those ones are really, really big and trending. And we will see how the mobile gaming market emerges. It's possible that next year there will be a mega drop in terms of mobile games with the Diablo Immortal. I know it's a controversial game in North America, but this will be Blizzard's first foray into the mobile gaming space. And it's possible if they make one of the best mobile games of all time, if Blizzard can redeem themselves, that game could emerge as a top game. So we're going to keep a very close eye on that. And why are mobile games so good for creators? I'm going to cover this. We got a question here from Jacob Daly in chat. How do you get mobile gaming sponsorships? If you're a streamer, if you're a creator doing mobile games, it's quite easy, actually. So what you do is you create content that is like the content that you think the mobile gaming sponsors will want. And so with 80% of your content on your channel and on your streams, you cover your main game, whatever that is. And then with 20% of your content, you can explore new games. And the type of content that sponsors like, if they're going to sponsor your live stream and they're going to sponsor your YouTube channel and what have you, they like to see that you're really good at covering new games, explaining what they're all about really succinctly, and showing the fun elements of those new games in your content. And so make basically a portfolio, if you will, of content like that with 20% of your time and 20% of your strategy. Then with 5 or 10 videos where you explore new mobile games on your YouTube channel or in your streams, you can link those to sponsors and say, look, as you can see, I'm really good at covering new games or covering games that my audience is not familiar with and making them relatable to my audience. If you want me to cover your game in this capacity, you should sponsor me. And you can give them a one-page proposal on them sponsoring you. And mobile gaming sponsorships are the most lucrative sponsorships for gaming creators and streamers possible. Raid Shadow Legends, Arena of Valor, all these companies will pay Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you name it. They will pay you exorbitant amounts of money to put a video on your channel. You might be thinking, I don't know, maybe I can get $50. They'll come in on an offer and they'll be like, I'll give you 1,000. They're desperate to get creators to make videos about their games on your channel. They're desperate, and they will overpay for every single video that is released on YouTube covering their mobile games because they're making so much money off their mobile games, they don't even know what to do with them. And so that's another reason why these top most watched games on YouTube, mobile games, are blowing up, is because the advertising on YouTube, the influencer marketing on YouTube is nonstop. I mean, have any of you guys out there watching the show? Perrin, have you ever seen a mobile gaming ad on YouTube? I mean, have you ever used the platform?
Have you ever heard of Raid Shadow Legends? Yeah, they're everywhere, and their marketing team has lots of money, and they are hungry. They are hungry for creators out there, and they're looking for them. And you don't have to be super big to be a part of these. So that's another nice entry point as a creator into the mobile gaming side. It's much easier to work with the game developer and their marketing team and make some money even before you're even a medium-sized creator, which is a nice way to help you get there.
That's right. And if you guys are interested in getting one-on-one help to help you with your content strategy, I offer a coaching service for creators. I've been doing this for a living for the last 10 years. I've helped tens of thousands of creators on their journey toward being full-time. And we talk about a bunch of these guys I've helped go full-time on the broadcast. Go to awoldigital.com. If you want me to coach you one-on-one, you can just go to the website. You can scroll down, and then you can book me for coaching. And I coach creators anywhere from people that have 0 followers on YouTube and 0 followers and they're thinking about getting started, up to people that have millions of followers and make hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. Creators across the board. I'm here to help you out, and if you'd like a customized strategy, a customized session, I offer coaching. Go to awoldigital.com. You can book me, and you can be in a call with me within hours or within the next day. No problem. All right, that's it for this episode of the Digital Drop Podcast. We really appreciate you watching. We're live every single weekday on every single avenue.